Do you know about the 80-20 rule? And did you know there were two versions? So the first version is a person will be 80% everything you want or you desire in a partner. But there will be 20% missing. So they'll be lacking in 20% of something. So this could be things that you don't like, or just something about them that is missing, that you need. It's really up to you if that lack of 20% is something that you can live with. Okay, so the second version of the 80-20 rule. So out of 100 females, for men, they will find only 80% of these women attractive. But only 20% of the 100 females will be women that have everything that they're looking for. And it's kind of the reverse for women. So out of 100 men, 80% of men have what they want or are looking for in a partner. But out of these 100 men, they only find 20% of them attractive. Those are the two versions. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the RP Experience. Today, this is something that I've always heard about, but I didn't know how to explain it exactly how some of these content creators have explained it, or even on TikTok. So, we're going to be talking about the 80-20 rule. And actually, it's two versions of it, which well, you already seen that video. So we're going to find out how things really go in the dating market. It's not fair, but it is what it is. And I've always known that, you know, women gravitate toward a certain group of men, which usually are the most popular, the most thuggish, the most, like, I had to put two and two together. Like, seems like men have to excel at something, but normally it's like, well, the easy thing is money, but it can also be status, like popularity, social proof, or it can be physicality, able to protect and stuff. So anyway, we're going to look at this first video and get this moving.
And the reality of the modern dating market kicks in. It's like a creeper, but when it hits, for some it hits hard.
So I was just watching this TikTok video, and it was talking about how the top 20% of men on dating apps, like the most attractive men on dating apps, like the top 20%, match with the top 80% of women. So that means that they're just swiping right and just like, okay. Now, if you're an attractive woman and you're like in the top 20% of attractiveness on these dating apps, then you're probably only matching with that 20% of men. And that 20% of men, well, they're picking from 80% of the dating app.
And it's interesting, we're hearing the unfairness from a woman's perspective. That 20% of the men, the more desired men, have 80% of women to choose from. They're sleeping with the top 20% women and also some of the lower 80% women as well. They're just having their way. But from some men's perspective, some men that aren't in that 20% of men, you know, being chosen, they see a different perspective because they barely get any attention at all.
They ain't looking to settle down. I don't think I'm mad hearing that statistic, but it's definitely disheartening. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, woe is me, I'm so hot, and I can't got anybody.
That was...
So hot, and I can't got anybody.
Well, okay, but if you're going on like that, I'm not surprised you don't have anyone.
And I can't got anybody. I just think all of us just have way too much access now. The hot guys are guys, and so they want to F everything, so they're just swiping on everything, and they're matching with 80%. The hot women are, just forced to see in this photo of these guys.
Yeah, go on, men. Everything. I'm joking. Seriously. But yes, obviously, men that are men are going to, be men and do what men do. Bang recklessly.
Fish, you too much. Yeah, you right, lady. Too much choice. Too much choice.
The hot guys are guys, and so they want to F everything, so they're just swiping on everything, and they're matching with 80%. The hot women are, just forced to see in this photo of these guys and aren't being able to get to know them on a deeper level and, actually to know them as a person.
Really? Really? It's not men that made that problem. Women never think from the perspective of the amount of videos that men can see of women saying they don't like nice guys. Why are men going to try to be these more attentive, gentle men? You have hordes of women telling men nowadays it's not what they want. So you can blame men, yes, understood. However, like you've just said, men think with their knobs, so giving a lot of men access, yeah, of course, men are just going to bang. But yes, obviously, both men and women are going to be suffering, while some are just banging away like there's no tomorrow.
Facts. In a way, women kind of made the dating market how it is. Because y'all kind of set it to a degree, and if men know being a certain kind of way is going to get them women, a lot of them is going to start going that way. Some won't, but that's only because they didn't figure it out like I did until later. But unfortunately, I got too much of a heart to totally become evil. But I can be evil in spots, though.
Just banging away like there's no tomorrow.
And actually to know them as a person. I just can it be the 90s again? And
No, and I've just realised she's wearing an anime top. If anyone can see what it is, comment down below. But because of the top, she has gone up half. No, sorry, my bad. A quarter of an attractive point. A quarter, a smidgen because of the top.
Someone can just come up to me in a grocery store and give me their number and then leave a nice voicemail on my answering machine.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. People still hook up the normal way. People still, approach each other and have a little waffle, little banter, little flirty, whatever, and exchange numbers and probably end up banging. Okay, nice. However, it's flipped now and more people are just meeting through the internet. That's the normal thing now, meeting through the internet and probably getting catfished. So sorry, no, we can't go back to the 90s. Now, as a man, I understand her wanting to go back in time to a more, probably civilized dating time. I don't know if it ever was. However, things have to move forwards. No matter how women want to deny this, feminism has changed the dating market. Yes, obviously, the more in shape, better looking men have more options nowadays because they have the internet as well. And because women have their own resources nowadays, they have their own money and their houses and cars and whatever, they can pick from whatever men they just want physically. So on one hand, we have many men that know this and okay, I'm gonna hit the gym, stay fit, stay in shape. I can be a dickhead, it doesn't matter. These chicks are gonna want me anyway. And that's my point. As a man, you can be a dickhead, it doesn't matter. You just keep fit, keep in shape, have some personality about you. Some personality, doesn't even have to be great. Just be as hot as you can as a man in modern times. For as lame and dumb as that sounds, yeah, it actually works in modern times. So on one hand, some women will benefit because some men will try harder to be in shape. Some men. The downside is those men have more options to just bang loads more women randomly because they can. Because women are showing their modern shallowness. It's all over social media, so it's right there to see. It's all over dating apps. It's right there to see. So though I am taking the piss, my overall point is women complain about a lot of things that they create themselves. Again, if men know, yo, I'm just gonna be, in shape, keep myself groomed, fresh, spritz on some cologne, keep my hair, my beard, everything in check, hey, I'm in there. Even if I'm a trash guy, I'm in there. Oh, wow. It's not funny, but to some degree it is hilarious how we can pretend we want the world to be this, certain way, but the reality is a lot of human beings nowadays are focused on attention, lust, time, and energy. Mostly their own, so they tend not to care about others.
And actually to know them as a person. I just can it be the 90s again and someone can just come up to me in a grocery store and give me their number and then leave a nice voicemail on my answering machine? It's too much to ask.
Yes.
I did a video about this before, about the fascination with the bad boy. Not that every girl goes for the bad boy, but either she goes for the bad boy or she goes for the guy that's the most popular with the status, or she goes with the guy the most money. The bad boy stands out just because of the fact that in most cases, normally I guess they are attractive and they treat you the worst and you can't get them out of your system. So, not that that doesn't happen with the bad girl, but at least with the bad girl, I can at least look back and take my accountability for myself of yeah, I kind of knew she was in these streets. I tried to save her, but that was my fault. Excellent job by Replicant Fish. Yeah, he's one of my favorite content creators because he makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. He actually keeps it light. I know I come off a little bit more on the serious side, but this is a serious thing, damn it. I have love for women. I have respect for women, but I just feel that y'all need to be held accountable for some things. Because after a while, as a man, I get tired of hearing that everything's my fault. Anyway, to get with the 80-20 rule, yeah, 80% of the women is chasing after 20% of the men. And as I say, when it flips too much one way, those men seem to take advantage. Now this falls into the high value men, and not that every man will do this, but a lot of them will do it. But see, the thing is, when a lot of women will say all men are this or that, y'all are only focusing on a certain amount of men. Meanwhile, the rest of them are invisible. And of course, though, it could be because you don't like how they look. Maybe their money is not as high. It could be a number of things. But whenever I look at some of the people that seem like they're living a love fairy tale, they always look like one might look. How can I say this? Okay, I'll use Zendaya and what is the name of that Spider-Man? The one that plays Spider-Man. Anyway, those two are like a couple. She's taller than him, and a lot of women, that's a sticking point. Not all of you, because I've had some girls that like me and I'm a little shorter than them. But, behind closed doors, whenever I hear females talk, that's one of the first things that come out your mouth is how tall he is or something. So, and sometimes I get it. Obviously, if a woman's 5'11" or something, you obviously want a guy definitely that's 6 foot or something. But if you're 5'4" and you want 6 foot and above, I think you are delusional. But hey, that's just me. Uh, anyway, do men do this? To a degree, yes, but we're a little bit more realistic. I might want a girl that's like a 9 or a 10. You know, I don't always like giving girls that number because I know y'all feel a certain kind of way, but realize that as women, you do rate men, but y'all rate men in a more meticulous way. Y'all don't do a numbering system. Y'all do a grocery list of what he has to offer or what he is and stuff, you know. And I believe every woman has one of those, you know. Now, maybe some is not as outlandish, but I do think the bad thing is for a lot of you is once you get older, that list gets bigger and longer. And you have to realize most men, like the same way y'all being like a little shallow on what y'all picking, what do most men pick on? How y'all look. So what declines as you age? How you look. Anyway, as I was saying, I as a man might want the most beautiful woman, but I realistically know I might not be able to get her. And even if I was able to get her, I may not be able to keep her because I know it's going to be a lot of men in her orbit that probably has more than me or is more than me. Mean like physicality, height, you know, money, stuff like that, that she may choose, you know, unless if she happens to fall head over heels in love with me. But that can change in like a couple of years, you know, because people fall in and out of love with people all the time. So men may want, you know, the top tier girl, but they'll lower their standards to a girl that's average looking or a little bit below. And truthfully, you know, the women that I see get that kind of romantic, almost happy ending. You know, you have to see how it is over years. But however, though, it seems like the relationships I've seen that this has happened, you know, it does seem to last for quite a while. And it looks like both the woman and the man was realistic and what they wanted in a partner. So I have another video here that looks at the 80-20 rule in a different way. And I played it in the beginning, but I'm going to play it again. So let's check that out.
Do you know about the 80-20 rule? And did you know there were two versions? So the first version is a person will be 80% everything you want or you desire in a partner. But there will be 20% missing. So they'll be lacking in 20% of something. So this could be things that you don't like or just something about them that is missing that you need. It's really up to you if that lack of 20% is something that you can live with. Okay, so the second version of the 80-20 rule. So out of 100 females, for men, they will find only 80% of these women attractive. But only 20% of the 100 females will be women that have everything that they're looking for. And it's kind of the reverse for women. So out of 100 men, 80% of men have what they want or are looking for in a partner. But out of these 100 men, they only find 20% of them attractive. Those are the two versions. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So I like how she broke that down, except for she really did not take into account that the 20% of men is picking out an 80% pool, and the 80% of women is chasing after the 20% of men. So you get a lot of men left out of this, and then on the other side, you get a lot of women being played because that that man that's on the top 20%, just because he can, he's going to bang all of those girls down the line, even ones from the most beautiful to the ones that might be chunky, overweight. You know, um, that's why, in a way, I remember I read this somewhere. A person is only as faithful as their options, and I have to be inclined to believe that. Like, the only way I think a person can be totally dedicated and faithful to a person is either A, if they're like real religious, and because it has to be a mental block in you that says that is like totally wrong, because you're kind of going against as men, you're going against your need to procreate. It comes out as just having relations, but basically that's the desire that God gave men to spread his seed like far and wide. Women is kind of the opposite, but however, these days, because y'all are sexually empowered, and a lot of y'all have y'all own money, uh, y'all still will pick on what a man has to offer, but now y'all will pick on, well, actually, though, that's probably was always part of the thing too, that y'all will pick a man that will give like strong offspring as well. So y'all will pick like kind of like, I guess, in caveman time, the biggest, strongest caveman got the most attractive woman, or either he had a bunch of women and stuff like that. And it definitely goes with like kings and stuff like that. He'll have his wife, and then he'll have like a bunch of, a harem of women that he's bouncing around from and stuff like that. And of course, though, in those cases, the women didn't have a choice. Maybe the queen did, but not because he had such a position of power. But these days, women have a choice. Now, the thing is, though, probably a lot of people didn't know of this concept. But as the woman said in the first video, the top tier men is just going to run through y'all. So, I know y'all don't like to hear lower your standards, or either look at it this way, you can get the man you want, but maybe go for a man that's has a little less attention. Because I think I mentioned this in another video. If I was going to go to a club or something, or an event, and people are like socializing, meeting, dating people and stuff, the woman that has like 20 or 30 dudes all in her face trying to talk to her, I'm not even going to bother to talk to her. Unless if for some reason she's by herself. In my mind, I'll think she rejected all those guys. Then maybe I'll try. But I'm not going to be trying to do it, and I know so many guys are trying to do it because, one, I feel like she's going to pick the best of that thing, and I'm being realistic with myself, comparing myself to the other men. I may not be the best of how a lot of women pick. And I know a lot of y'all don't pick on character. Y'all can say that, but if that was the case, y'all would move a little different when y'all are picking, But basically, y'all pick on like appearance, what the guy has to offer. So his job, like what he does, and sometimes depends if his job is sexy. You know, a plumber might turn you off, but if he's like a executive or entrepreneur or a cryptocurrency person, that might make you kind of like, ooh, yeah, he sounds interesting. So, you know, anyway, glad you guys came to my TED Talk. You know, and I don't have too much of parting words. I just wanted to point out what the 80-20 rule is, and if you didn't know, now you know. So take care, peace out there, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Out.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too? Pando made it. I still wanna run to you.